Good day, collective. I am Sarah B, and you're tuning into Just Be Tarot. Thank you for bringing your awesome energy. Thank you for hanging out with me. And thank you for clicking on like and subscribing to my channel. And also hitting that notification bell that will let you know when I'm going live or posting new readings. Now, today I am doing a channeled messages and collective tarot reading. It's been a little while since I did a channeled messages reading for you guys, so I thought I would go ahead and get started. Okay, so I do have some messages I received very, very early on. Now, I don't do channel message readings when I release my zodiac sign, so it's been like 2 weeks. And very early on, I heard glitter and sparkle. Now, glitter as a noun, you know, the tiny little crystal like things that you decorate with or do crafts with. But I also heard sparkle when I was kind of like questioning glitter. I saw glitter, but it was almost like I was getting the message to sparkle, that somebody needs maybe some kind of encouragement, that you really do shine, you really are radiant, you sparkle to people. And I think some people really need to hear that right now. The world's a little muffed up right now, and people need to encourage others and lift others up. And there are people in your life who have a little bit of sparkle in them, who are like a shiny new thing. Maybe you're the new person in the office, or you've met somebody else and you're in a new friend group, or you just moved to a new area, and it's like you're the new shiny thing who is full of sparkle and shine, and everybody treats you like, you know, you're new, you know, or you're a radiant being, and people love your energy and want to get to know you better. It's like people are drawn to you, people want to be in your energy, and you don't know how much you inspire people, how much people look up to you, how much you give to people without giving anything except yourself. So I also got that could be a nickname of some kind, Sparkle. So if this means anything to you, maybe you have something in your life that, you know, is a nickname, a Sparkle, or maybe you nicknamed your kids Sparkle, or your pets, or whatever. This reading might have something to do with you. It might be a sign that you're meant to be here. Just the fact that you know, are in this reading, paying attention to it, and were guided to it, means that you were meant to be here. So I also heard, now, today, as I'm recording, it is election day in the United States. So it's been a really crazy couple of weeks with receiving messages. A lot of there's a lot of energy out there, and a lot of good things and bad things, and being an empath, picking up on all of it. So bear with me. I am not going to get political. I am just going to tell you what I heard. The Battle Hymn of the Republic, and specifically I heard, glory, glory, hallelujah, his truth is marching on. So that is, I felt like it's something, I feel like that's something military almost. Like, I just feel like that's maybe they sang it in, you know, the Revolutionary War or something along those lines, like those kinds of, you know, when they were marching. And oops, there goes my pen. But it's like his truth, meaning God, is marching on. So we have to remember that the person who is going to be in office is the person who was meant to be there. The universe has a way of working things out. And yes, we vote. Yes, we have to do our due diligence. But for whatever reason, whoever is in office next is because they were meant to be there. For whatever reason, we're going to have to find out. But a lot of people are going to be resentful, and a lot of people are going to be saddened by the news, regardless of who wins. but there's a reason, and we have to remember that, that it's his truth, your higher power's truth, that this is happening right now, and we have to trust that it's happening. And I think a lot of us forget that there's a plan. The universe isn't just in charge of us, it's in charge of the universe. So the energy that's coming out, you have to trust that that's where we're supposed to be right now. And that's really, really hard. And I know, and so there's a lot of feelings and a lot of energies flying around. And believe me, I know how hard it is. And, it's been a lot to deal with, but unfortunately this is what we have right now. We have to trust that it's going to get better. No matter who is in office or who wins, it's meant to be. So the next thing I have is the word cantankerous. Cantankerous. It's grumpy. A lot of people refer to, like, older people, older men, who have like that crankiness about them as cantankerous. Not usually a word I use in normal conversation, but that's the word I heard. So if maybe you heard this word or you use this word, there might be something in this reading for you. Maybe you are the one who's being cantankerous or grumpy, or it's a call for you to change your ways, or a call for a lot of people to change their ways. A lot of people, like I said, are struggling right now with raising their energy and getting into a mindset of love and peace. It's just a lot of people are all over the place, and we have to remind each other that it's going to get better. It has to, and to not be so grumpy and aggressive towards people and others. And it is time to join together and band together to change, to make some changes. Now, this is an odd Yoko Ono. Just that, Yoko Ono. So if that means anything to you, was married to John Lennon. They have children together. So if Yoko Ono means anything to you, a lot of people think that she broke up the Beatles, and she didn't. She was a muse for John Lennon for many, many years. And, they ended up getting married and had a beautiful life together until his was ended. But many people associate with her with breaking up the Beatles. So maybe this is about somebody, maybe a third party relationship or something along those lines that you are that come to mind when you hear Yoko Ono. Maybe there's you're just listening to her. I know she has music out there. Maybe you're just listening to her. She was on the radio. But yeah, so that is one of the things that came across. And I heard this specific phrase a couple times this week. First, I heard stirring the pot. Okay, well, we all know that's, making mischief, getting things in in an upheaval, that chaotic energy, trying to ruffle some feathers, get energy flowing, whether it's good or bad, just, stirring the pot, getting stuff mixed up. And then I heard shaking things up. Okay, so I heard this term a couple times this week, shaking things up. Things need to be shaken up. So there might a shake-up may be coming. There might be, and I feel like that is what we need. There needs to be changes. Either way, there's going to be changes, in the universe. So I feel like with Pluto going back into its normal revolution, that it's bringing about a lot of changes. It's bringing about changes, and I'm not just talking about politically, but in people's lives, the way people are going about things, the way people are approaching things. Things that have been stagnant are all of a sudden have a flow to it. Things that have a flow to it all of a sudden are stagnant, or you're seeing, a dry spell in things that used to be super, super abundant. So it's things are changing. Things are changing the way people see things, the way people are approaching things, the way people are viewing things. Hopefully people are, viewing things and getting the whole story and getting the whole, view of everything before making decisions about things, places, situations, rather than just jumping to assumptions. That would be good. But things are going to be changing in many of people's lives, not just nationwide, with political situations, but in your own life. Things are going to get a shake up. And that goes across the board, shaking things up, stirring the pot. It's like things are about to, really, really change for us. The next we have motorcycles. Okay. And this is a PSA, I think they call it, public service announcement. Okay, so people need to be more aware of other people. Like, in this day and age, there's a lot of traffic on the road. There's a lot of traffic anywhere you go. And there are motorbikes, not just motorcycles, but motorized bicycles, battery operated bicycles, whatever you want to call them, scooters. I saw some kid riding a skateboard with an electronic skateboard with one wheel. There are a lot of things on the road right now that didn't used to be there. And we as a public need to pay more attention to people on the road. I specifically saw a motorcycle accident and it came to me that I needed to share this. That could have been anybody. It could have been anybody that hit the person. It could have been anyone we love on the motorcycle. And it's so important to just take that second look. Pay attention to what's around you. Get off the phone when you're driving. Pay more attention to and be more aware of not just yourself, but everybody else. Especially now that in the United States, we have daylight saving times is over, so it's getting darker earlier, but the weather's still gorgeous. So people are going to be on their motorcycles. They're still going to be on their motorbikes, and they're going to want to enjoy them. And they should. And we have to all join together to let them. A lot of things are changing, and a lot of more things are on the road. And we have to make sure that we all are safe so all of our loved ones come home in one piece and alive. All right, so now the term "without further ado," I've heard several times this week. So it's funny because the first thing I got was like an Irish exit, right? But that's not the proper term. It really actually comes from, because, adieu in, I guess, French means leaving or exiting. So it's kind of like a, bye, see you later, I'm done. But it also kind of means like staying in touch without further ado. Let's stay in touch. Let's, let's not let as much time go by, farewell. But mostly it means, without any more fuss. Like, no fuss, no muss, and without delay. So it's like, I just feel like there's an energy of stop making excuses, stop stalling, and make things happen, is what I'm was hearing when I was meditating and heard these phrases. Stop delaying, stop making excuses, stop stalling on things that you should be taking care of. You should be bringing into your life that energy. If you're getting downloads, why aren't you working on them? Why aren't you bringing them into fruition? It's time that we make these things happen. Remember that shake up? It's time for you to start shaking things up. All right, so that's all the messages that I have for this week. I think that was enough. We're already on 15 minutes here. So I'm going to move on to tarot finally and see what messages tarot bring to the table. Spirit, I am shuffling the overall energy for the collective. What is it that they need to know for their greatest good and overall energy for this week? Okay, Spirit, what does the collective need to hear for this week? Thank you. What is the messages that they need to know for this week? Of course, this reading is good at any point that you are drawn to it. It is timeless. But like I said, in real time, this is during the 2024 presidential election. Actually the evening of. So that energy, I can feel there's a lot of emotions for sure. Okay, so we have accepting what is, trusting your intuition, and hearing messages from spirit. And that's exactly the last thing that I touched on. If you're receiving downloads, if you're receiving these things from spirit, don't delay in trying to answer them or trying to figure out what they mean. Address them. This is a great time for you to trust your higher power. It's so important. It's a great time for you. The veil is so thin right now. So it's a great time of year to trust your higher power. It's like you're magnetic with your energy. So definitely touch on those downloads that you're getting and try to understand them a little bit better if you're new to this. And your intuition. You know the answers to these things. You know the answers to what you're seeking. It's within you. So you have to try to touch on them. Like I said, even if you're new to this, there's different ways to meditate. You don't have to sit cross-legged to meditate. There's breathing exercises you could do. It could be at the gym. It could be driving. It could be riding your motorcycle. Working out. What did I say? I already said the gym. Riding your bicycle. Walking. Just breath. Connecting with your breath and patterns and your higher power and just clearing your head. Whatever you do to clear your head and to relax, do it and listen to those downloads. Now we have accepting what is, and I think this is a huge message for all of us. There's only so much we can do as a society, but do we have to accept what is? It says, I accept and embrace my inner majesty. Okay, so to a point, we have to accept what is, but as a society, we can make big changes. If we, go forward and, as one. But sometimes, on a personal level, we have to look the situation or the person in the eye and be like, I can only do so much. You can't, pray a job into existence. Well, you can. I do believe in prayer, but you have to do the work for it. It's not just you snap your fingers or you manifest and you're going to have another job fall into your lap. You have to do the resumes. You have to, make the contacts and network. And, it's not just, bringing things into existence. But you have to know how to go about it. Accepting what is. If you're trying to start a relationship with somebody and they're not feeling it back. You just have to accept that. It wasn't meant to be, that the universe has bigger plans for you. Has a more suitable match. If it's, maybe you didn't get accepted to that college that you wanted to go to so badly. It's because it wasn't meant for you. It could be something was going to happen there that would have, changed your life for, in a not so good way. There are many things that the universe has planned for you, and some things just aren't. They're not for you. So sometimes we do have to accept on a personal level that these things aren't for us, and the universe is saving us from certain situations. Rejection is your higher power's protection. So we have to look at it as protection. And the reason why we're staying safe. And it's hard when if somebody's breaking up with you, or you get denied something or rejected from something else, like, dealing with that's hard. But that's ego. That's our ego saying, no, why don't they love me? Why doesn't this school accept me? I worked really hard. Well, there's something there, some reason why you weren't accepted. And there's a reason why, you weren't meant to be with this person or that person, or in a situation or a job, or for many reasons. So we have to accept what is and the reality behind it all, and embrace it, because we have to know that something bigger and better is coming along for us. And it's kind of exciting, because that means something bigger and better is coming along for us. That there's a little bit of excitement behind it. It's like, well, yeah, I'm sad now, but I know that awesome person's coming along who's going to treat me like a princess, or a prince, and I know that I'm going to get a job that's closer to home, and I make more money, and has better people, has a better energy to it. Like, I know that this is going to happen. I know I'm going to be going to a college where I make better friends and can join more clubs and get better grades. So it's like, you have to think that way. Like, you can't just be like, okay, well, I didn't get it. That was my first choice. Now what am I going to do? Move on. Because there's a reason. Okay? We don't know the reason right now, but we will. One day, we're going to look back and be like, well, I'm glad I didn't get in there. Or you'll read about an accident that happened on the route that you would have taken to get to your job, and it's the exact same time that you were leaving for your job, and you're like, oh, wow, that could have been me. You don't know what the universe is saving you from. Okay, so let's pull some cards from the tarot deck. Finally getting to tarot, 23 minutes in. Sorry, guys. All right, Spirit. What do we have for our collective for this week for tarot? What messages do you have for our collective? What do they need to know for their greatest good? Thank you. Oh. That is a nice card to come out first. Here's to a great week. Looks like you've been working on yourself with this Hermit card. And I feel like you're figuring out what serves you best. There's going to be an opportunity coming into your energy, and it's not going to look like anything that you're used to. And this could be different for different people. Like I said, this could be romantically, it could be to deal with school, or there's some kind of energy coming in and you're just like, I mean, it looks lucrative, it looks fine, but this isn't the type of person I would normally go for. But the type of people you normally go for aren't working out. Like, yeah, they're feeding you, but it hasn't worked out for you. Or you'd be in that situation, but you're not. So why don't you try something different? You can't keep trying the same thing and expecting the same different results. So the universe is going to put a opportunity out there for you into your energy, and it's kind of going to be like, well, it's different. Are you going to trust the universe and at least investigate it? Or are you just going to shut it down and go back to what hasn't been working for you and expect something different? Okay, so we have the Two of Swords and the Hanged Man in reverse. So there's a decision that you need to make. Okay, but both of these cards are saying you need to see things from a different perspective. Okay, you cannot just jump in head first. You have to know what you're getting into. You have to ask the right questions. Go to the person who, if you're in a situation where you're hearing he said, she said stuff, go to the person, because this is about finding out both sides, finding out the full story, the whole picture, and not making a decision before you find out everything. Because right now you're at a crossroads. You don't know who to believe. You don't know what to do. You don't know what decision to make. Maybe it's a decision you have to move your whole family. But you're not sure you want to do that. What's it like out there? What should I do? You go on the internet or contact people who are in that branch of the office and figure it out. Interview people, talk to people, find things out. It's so important right now, before making decisions, to find out the full story. And that's been coming out a lot in a lot of the readings. Finding out the full story. Don't presume things. And I feel like there's a lot of, oh, well, this person acts this way, so they must be this way. Well, no. People wear a lot of different hats. Like, I'm not the same. When I answer a call at work, I have my work. Hi, thank you for calling, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not me talk. It's, people wear a lot of different hats. And nothing should be presumed until you get to know a situation or a person and find out the whole story. Now, I have a energy here of it's going to get worse before it gets better. Okay, so there's going to be a rocky time or a rough time coming up for some of you, but you are going to go through this healing. You are healing through this rough time. Okay, so it is going to be a rough time for you, but it's like I'm going back to trust your intuition. I'm being drawn back to that card. You have to trust and take the opportunities that may not look like you would normally be attracted to, because there's something in it for you. Because this is going to be a repetitive cycle if you don't change. Stir the pot. Get shit moving. It's so important. Things are going to be changing around you, and you have to be I want to say catapult, but I don't think that's the right word for the situation. The word will come to me. Okay. Again, with the decisions, I feel like your hands are full. Somebody might be coming towards you. This is a a cold masculine, somebody serious. This could be a boss. You feel like maybe you're overwhelmed at work. This could be a workplace thing. I feel like this could also be like a teenager is what I'm getting. Like maybe a child who is overwhelmed at work. Maybe they're working and go to school and work part-time. I feel like they're getting reprimanded, or they're getting in trouble for something. But it's because they feel overwhelmed in this situation. So check in on your kids. Check in on your coworkers. I feel like there's an overwhelming energy here that somebody's not willing to talk about, and they're acting like they're fine. You know, this person's dancing. This gesture is like, everything's great. My hands are totally full, but I am fine. And I feel like they might be getting in trouble, or somebody's critiquing or criticizing them all the time, and it might be bringing down their self-esteem in a way with all the critiquing and criticize. I feel like their mental health might be hurting. They might start to take it to heart. All this criticism. I feel like this person, whoever this Knight of Swords is, needs to change a tone or deliver their criticism a little bit nicer. This could be a parental figure who's expecting a lot out of, this could be a boss who's expecting a lot out of an employee. But somebody is definitely it's taking a toll on mental health. Okay, what else do we have here? Just gonna pull a couple more cards. I know I am moving along slowly but surely. We're getting there. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to know? What else does the collective need to know for their greatest good? What else does the collective need to know, Spirit? Okay, so we have the Six of Cups came out in the challenge. I feel like you're dealing with situations from the past. This could be ancestral trauma. You keep turning to the past. You're trying to stay focused on the present. This could be I just heard this could be you giving somebody a second chance, or somebody giving something a second chance, but they keep reverting back to but remember you're giving me a second chance. This is a clean slate. Like, I want a clean slate. We discussed a clean slate, and you keep going back to the past with this. You're trying to stay present. They're trying to stay present, but it seems like something keeps going back to the past. Like there's a focus on what somebody did back then. Maybe you are going to therapy and you're trying to touch on some shadow situations, and you have to bring up the past to heal yourself, and a lot of people do. Ancestral damage, like I said, repression. Maybe you're working on something that you've repressed for a while, and you're focusing on you're trying to remain present, but at some point you need to focus on the past to make yourself grow in a situation and let yourself heal. Like I said, you're going to go through a lot of chaos. That could be part of this. Dealing with some trauma you had years ago. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. There's going to be opportunities coming in for you that are going to be steady and last a long time. Like this could be, you know, a steady job coming in. It could be, I just heard a freelancing opportunity. Maybe it's going to last a long time and it's going to be, you know, a steady paycheck for a while. Maybe you are going to sign a contract for a couple years or more. But it's going to, this opportunity is going to be a steady income. Maybe you guys are, you know, have a side hustle or something along those lines, but an opportunity is coming in for you. And I'm hearing that you need to at least take a look at it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But this opportunity is something that might, you know, make you a little bit more money for the holiday season, or, you know, if you're saving for something or trying to get ahead, which we all need, then this could be, you just got to keep an eye out for it. Keep your mind open to new opportunities. And don't think that you're beneath something that, you know, when it comes to making money. Everybody can you know, be more humble when it comes to what we can do for extra money. All right, and for some reason I feel like people are trying to manipulate the universe and change outcomes to things that that can't be changed, and that's what we're getting here. Sometimes you just have to accept things the way they are. And you can't manipulate things or think that you can. It's self-sabotaging. It is not going to work for you. You aren't bigger than the universe. Your energy is not bigger than the universe. You'll never win. No matter how much you think you will, you'll never win. You'll lose in the end. You might win for the second. You're not going to win long term. And if you want something long term, you're going to want to trust. Okay, so this is a card of manipulation, and this needs to be addressed. You have to step back from the situation, let go of control, and let the universe work its magic and let things happen organically the way they're supposed to. All right, so let's move on to our concluding message. All right, Spirit, I am shuffling for the concluding message for the collective. What do they need to know for their greatest good? What do they need to take away with them for this week's reading? What is the message they need to take away with them from this week's reading? What is the final message for our collective? Thank you. Ooh, we got two. Let me put my glasses on so I can read these to you. Okay, we have there we go. New moon in Aquarius. Oh, I have some notes in here. This must be a good one. Big changes are forecast, but you need to let events unfold with as little steering as possible from you. Don't manipulate. Open up to change, yep. Did I tell you? There's notes in here. Sometimes you just need to take a bit of space from a person or a situation. If you know you've been too emotional about someone or something, this card offers you the chance to cool things down. Self-sabotage. A rational, even slightly aloof assessment of your current circumstances is called for. Allow things to develop. Try to think of your situation from a different angle. Seeing things from a different angle, from every point of view. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, then we have, wow, we have two Aquarius, new moon in Aquarius and full moon in Aquarius. Big energies. Big Aquarian energies here. So let's see what full moon in Aquarius is. Maybe you're dealing with an Aquarian. Maybe you are an Aquarian. This is Be Real. Full moon in Aquarius. Sometimes we pursue someone or something for all the wrong reasons. Stop it. Did I tell you? Thank you, Spirit. Our ego gets involved, and before we know it, we're driving ourselves crazy by chasing something that may not even be right for us. This card reminds you that sometimes you need to back off a little, worry less, and trust more. Life is about fun and laughter, but you'll take all the fun out of it if you spend too long in your head rather than in your heart. You might win, but it might not be a great victory. Release. Time to let go of certain things. Time to accept what is in front of you. And if it's not working for your greatest good, then you need to understand that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And thank you for your amazing energy. I love these readings so much, and I love you tuning into them. Thank you for, liking, subscribing, commenting. It all helps my channel to grow and to, circulate a lot better. So it's really, really appreciated that you do that. You have no idea. And hit that notification bell. That will let you know when I am going live or posting new readings. All right, so I would love for you to hang out with me on a live reading and get involved and ask questions. I'll pull a couple cards for you if you'd like that. It's a lot of fun. So if you want to hit that notification bell, be appreciated. Otherwise, I will check you out next time. Bye.